Hey everyone, okay, so one of the most frequently asked questions, if you look pretty much through any of the comments on majority of videos, you'll see how do I make my makeup last longer? And I've gone through loads of different ways, but in this video, and I've done a really similar video to this, I'm sure of it, but I can't remember exactly. So we're gonna go through my morning routine and we're just gonna discuss things on how to make your makeup last all day long. So first thing I'm gonna do is just apply a little bit of eye cream, and it's true that a little bit of eye cream does tend to make concealer and all the rest just go on a bit more beautifully, I think. So I'm going to take a touch of moisturizer and I'm going to blend this in. The reason we kind of moisturize the skin is just because it helps makeup to glide and slip onto the skin and just feel more beautiful. And I would say that's a decent amount of moisturizer. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a primer and I'm just going to pop this on my face. I'm using the primer because it just helps the makeup adhere better. And generally speaking, primers create a very smooth surface for the skin. So makeup generally looks better, and I like to go over my eyelids with a primer as well, because why not? Almost all primers are silicone based as well, so they do feel really, really kind of nice on the skin. And the final step to my morning routine is to remove whatever is in my ear. Ugh. And then the final step, of course, is to apply sunscreen. So I'm going to slap this on. And I'm going to do this in layers. So the reason I'm layering this is because this is a very runny formula. So putting it on in one big whack just really wouldn't be ideal. All over the eyes, underneath the eyes, the nose, obviously the beard area, the ears, you're going to need to apply it to the exposed portions of the skin. I read a really interesting study that was done on sunscreen. It was so interesting. It basically said that those people that had the most amount of sun exposure were also the healthiest, despite the fact that they had a higher percentage of skin cancer. I found it really, really interesting concept. And this was, dermatologists did part of this study as well. It was really interesting. And out of all the cases, only 1% had the fatal skin cancers. The rest were treatable. It was so interesting, just from a health aspect point of it, how those that had the highest amount of sun and exposed to the sun were generally more healthy than those that didn't. Okay, so I've done some eye cream. I've done some moisturizer, done a primer, and I've of course applied the correct amount of sunscreen. And that's why your makeup doesn't last, because you've just layered 4 different products onto your skin. And all of those products, especially the sunscreen, because you need to apply so much, all of those products build up and create a very slippery surface for the skin, meaning that your makeup is not going to last as long because you've just used a ton of products, except for really, 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 really oily skin. And I mean, no, actually that's a complete lie. Except for really dry skin, ultra dry skin. Everyone else, I would just use a sunscreen. That's it. Because adding anything more to it, primers, eye creams, moisturizers, serums, oils, the more you put on your skin, the quicker your makeup is going to start to move. It may look great to begin with because you've put on so much product, but the more time goes on, the more your own oils are going to start to come through. It's going to mix with all those other ingredients that you've just used, and your makeup is going to slip off. If we could just pare down our routines to the bare minimum, we would actually find that a lot of our makeup problems with longevity start to go away. The least amount you can do to your skin, especially during the day, with regards to skincare, the better. I appreciate you almost certainly need to use sunscreen, but everything else, you could just give it a bit of a miss. or use a moisturizer with an SPF in, or a primer with an SPF in, and use those things instead. But it is important, I think, to be using something that's going to protect the skin, regardless of what I just said about these studies I was reading. But combining products that have an SPF in, that way you're getting the recommended amount, you're protecting your skin, but you're not layering several products all over each other unless your skin is super dry. Just doing this will really help prevent makeup breakdown throughout the day. It really, really will. I know you want a secret bullet or a secret recipe that's going to allow things to just stick to the skin, and I've done many videos on it. But if you really want your makeup to last, the least you can do to your skin with skincare prior to makeup, the better. Sometimes, especially if somebody's going out at night and I know they've got oily skin, I will use the tiniest amount of primer. That's it. Nothing else. In fact, if I know they're super oily and they've got to last the day, I use milk of magnesia under. Now, it's not ideal to use milk of magnesia on the skin on a daily basis because the pH is way too high. But once in a while, it doesn't really do any damage to the skin. And it's a nice way of keeping things in place. But that's why your makeup just, doesn't last. Let me know what you think, or let me know what your tips and tricks are in order to keep your makeup lasting longer than it does. All in the information bar below. Let me know. The comment section, stupid boy. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.